Hi, this is Professor Mike Strahan, Library Liaison to the School of Nursing and the School of Clinical Sciences. In this video, we're going to look at how to reference a web page. Now, the APA manual, when it was published in July of 2009, has examples. However, the style itself for some of the references have evolved over time. They haven't stayed static like some of the other styles. And how you reference a web page is different now than it was in 2009. So we're starting from our general format of APA references document. We're going to scroll on down, and I'm going to explain to you the basic components. And what we're going to be looking at is a web page authored by an organization other than Mayo Clinic. Mayo Clinic has their own formatting. So what we're going to do here is, the note I have on here is note, no period following URL. People always tend to think that every single sentence or section in a reference has to have a period at the end. MLA has it for a lot of things. AP, however, does not put a period following URL. So the basic format of it is such. We have the organization name. Because it's a proper name, every significant word gets capitalized. We have the year of publication. If there is no year of publication that can be found on the web page, then you put N period, D period, which means no date. Period after the end of parentheses. You put the title of the web page, same capitalization rules hold as before. Capitalize first word of a title and subtitle, capitalize all proper names, acronyms, and abbreviations. Then you write retrieved, and then you indicate the month, the day, and the year, followed by a comma and then the word from, and then you copy and paste the URL. Never type a URL. Start with the library nursing guide, and we're going to be using a tool that's on this guide that will help us find highly credible web pages and other types of online material. It's called the Hone Code, and I have a search engine link here. They have their own search engine, much more effective than Google or anything else that's out there. What we're going to be looking at is web pages, individual web pages that are certified by Hone Code. They don't certify government web pages and websites, nor do they cover some education sites. So we're going to click on that link. It will take us directly to their search engine. Home, by the way, is Health on the Net Foundation. This is a non-governmental organization. We are going to type in gestational diabetes. And we get 831,000 total. What we are looking for is information not so much we can give our patients, but information we need in order to do research for a paper or a project. So we're going to choose, or even for patient care, and so we're going to click on professionals. The first page result that comes up is a web page, so we're going to look at that. This page is produced by the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases. That agency may not be as well known as some other agencies, so that will come into play for how we format our reference. And I'm going to show you how to reference this page. Since, like I said, this particular organization may not be as well known, National Institutes of Health, the NIH, is. And so what we're going to do is we'll incorporate that information into the reference for our paper. And what I'm doing is I'm scrolling down to the bottom for a number of reasons. One, I want to look for, is there any type of publication date on this page? There doesn't seem to be. I'm all the way down to the bottom. This is not unusual. Government document pages tend to not have dates on them. So we have the National Institutes of Health. They're well known. And so what we're going to do is create a reference with part of their name. We're also going to copy the name of the agency, which is National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases. We're going to copy that. We're going to go to our document for our references. We're going to start off with U period S period. There's no space between the abbreviation for United States. And we're going to type in National Institutes of Health, comma. Then we're going to paste in what we copied, and the easiest way to paste it and have it also match the formatting, the font and everything else that we had for our particular references, we're going to choose A. Next thing we're going to do, it ends in a period. We could not find a date on there, so as I mentioned before, we're going to put an N period, D period. There's no space between those, and that ends in a period. Next we want to insert the title of this web page. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to the top, and the title is just gestational diabetes. If you're not sure of the title, you could also look for it up in the tab. So the title is gestational diabetes. Only the first word is capitalized in this sentence. Retrieved, so we'll put in today's date, January 28th, from, and we want to copy and paste the entire URL. Now in this case, they're showing us for gestational diabetes, this particular website has a number of different sections. If you're only going to use one of these pages, then use the reference for that particular page. However, if you're using multiple pages from here, say you're going to look at definitions and you also want to look at symptoms and causes, what I recommend is this. We can click on this link, view or print all sections. It will combine all of those sections into one web page. And you can see as I scroll on down, each of them have their own references, their own illustrations, brings over everything for you. And as I noticed on the bottom here, it's dated May 2017. So that's the date. I'm glad I went all the way down to the bottom. We're going to use that as our date. For some reason, I don't know why it didn't appear on the other guide, the other version of the web page, but that's what we're going to use. So we're going to go up here, we're going to highlight, we're going to copy that URL. We're going to come back to our reference. We're going to change our date to 2017. And then we're going to paste in our URL. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. We'll go back down to 12-point font, which is what is used for School of what APA style, also Times New Roman. We have to also set this to be a hanging indent. And I want to do that before I split that URL. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to go up to my paragraph setting. I'm going to tell it under special to do hanging indent. Click on OK, so I get that indent. Now I can more accurately split that URL, put the cursor after the W, hold down the Shift key and hit the Enter key. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you.